This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, every year people gather at Holy Rosary Church in Hazleton to remember the victims and the events of September 11th, 2001. We'll tell you how you can help out with this year's event next. Welcome everyone to FYI. I hope you're having a great Friday. I'm Ken Cara and I have your FYI Standard Speaker headlines. The search continues for a Tamaqua man missing since Tuesday. Search and rescue teams converged Thursday on a wooded area behind Tamaqua Area High School in hopes of locating 29-year-old Jesse Farber, who also goes by the name Jesse Rex. He was last seen by a friend on Tuesday. This is video courtesy of TamaquaArea.com, who also provided video from above via a drone. Search and rescue teams, a state police helicopter, dogs, and all-terrain vehicles are helping in the search in hopes of finding Farber. Farber is described as 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing 130 pounds. He was last seen wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and carrying a camouflage backpack. A 27-year-old Schuylkill Haven man is charged with statutory sexual assault after admitting to having a sexual relationship with a juvenile. State police in Frackville were conducting a follow-up investigation on a child abuse allegation when Andrew Zachary Arndt admitted the relationship, which was confirmed by the victim. Arndt was remanded to the Schuylkill County Prison, unable to post $50,000 bail. Tomorrow marks the grand finale of the 61st Annual Schuylkill County Firefighters Convention in Shenandoah. The convention is being hosted by the Polish-American Fire Company No. 4. The highlight will be the annual Firemen's Parade tomorrow at 1 p.m. and that's rain or shine. It will feature more than 200 pieces of apparatus along with 10 bands plus community organizations from Shenandoah and Schuylkill County and the surrounding area. Everyone is invited. A special memorial program is being planned in our area to remember one of the most horrific attacks on American soil. Lisa Sugart has the details.
It's been 14 years since the horrific attacks of September 11th on our nation. And for 14 years, the city of Hazleton has been paying their respects to those who lost their lives that terrible day. Joining me now is Hazleton firefighter Tony Colombo, who along with his good friend Joe Bugda were the ones behind the memorial event that has been taking place in the city at Holy Rosary Church in Hazleton for the past 14 years. Tony, it goes on again this year. Yeah, it's something that we can, like Joe would say, we must never forget. Those words are the words we want to get out to the public. Never forget it. It was a horrific day. 343 brother firefighters were lost that day between firefighters, EMS, police, plus civilians. And since that day, another 112, I believe, firefighters have died from injuries related to that terrible day. Now, you're looking to make this an event that is well attended, so you want to get the word out early for people to mark their calendars and for all emergency responders, whether it be firefighters, police, EMS, to also come and participate, and the community as well. Yes, the community, it's open up to everybody, community, residents, police, fire, EMS, anybody wants to attend, bring apparatus. The only thing we ask that EMS, fire, and police come in full dress Class A uniforms. We're going to start at 7 p.m., so we're going to form about 6:30. The community is invited. After, we're going to start outside at the memorial, and we're going to go inside for a little prayer service. And afterwards, we're going to go downstairs and have a little gathering downstairs that the people can actually greet and talk to Vinny, because Vinny likes to tell his story, and he loves Hazleton. That's why he's been here with us ever since. He can go anywhere. Like he told you last year when you talked to him, I chose to spend 9/11 in Hazleton, though. This is Vinny Tamino, who is with FDNY, and he's retired now. But he has been here since the one-year anniversary of the horrific attacks. Comes here each and every year, a lovely man, and wants to be in Hazleton with his brother firefighters here. He adopted Hazleton. After 9/11, I reached out. He called us, and he was here their first year. He got here late that day for the mass, but ever since he's been here. Usually comes the night before. We get together down to the firehouse. We talk shop, and then we usually take him out to a dinner someplace in town, and then we participate in the mass or service. And he just likes getting the story out and telling people that we must never forget. You know, I was told the other day, an individual came to me and said, it's 14 years, it's time now to put it to rest, let the dead rest. We are letting the dead rest, but it's a remembrance. We can never forget. We never forgot Pearl Harbor, and we can't forget 9/11. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. This taking place on September 11th, a Friday evening at 7 p.m. at Holy Rosary Church in Hazleton. And Tony, you want to know if organizations are going to be involved, so they call who to get to let them know that they're coming?
They can call my cell phone, call me. We need to know an idea of EMS, fire, police, so we have enough room for the vehicles to park them in front of the church, because we are going to have the ladder arch, and the police people can bring their vehicles, EMS can bring vehicles, and how many members roughly we're going to have, because we're going to need the room inside the church for the people to attend.
All right. And we don't want anybody to be discouraged by not coming out thinking, oh, there'll be so many EMS people there. You want a strong show of support. You want the church filled.
The community, that's our goal. Joe and I always had a goal is when we have a 9/11 service or mass, we want the church full. It doesn't have to be full of firemen, police, or EMS. The community. Let the community come out. Let us show our Hazleton pride for once in time. Let's all get together and have heart and get together and pray, and for this horrible day that it doesn't ever happen again.
Absolutely. If you want to be involved, your organization, your emergency responders, contact Tony at 570-956-8303. And we hope to see you on Friday evening, September 11th at 7 p.m. at Holy Rosary Church in Hazleton.
Thanks, Lisa. It's an incredible event every year. If you get a chance, try to stop by. Well, coming up next on FYI, we continue our Fun Fest countdown, and Lisa Sugar talks with a Tamaqua area volunteer about the community giveaway. Later, I'll chat with two local wrestlers who helped Pennsylvania bring home a national championship recently.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The countdown continues to one of the largest street fairs around. There are just 29 days left until FunFest 2015 in downtown Hazleton. Mark your calendar for the fun, food, the crafts, entertainment, and of course the big parade. It all takes place September 12th and 13th. For more information, you can go to funfestpa.org.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Farmers Market Fridays in downtown Hazleton. I love it. The corn, the peaches, the jalapenos, the plums, the music, the cupcakes. Yes, there's cupcakes, and there's also barbecue. You should stop by next week. Right now, let's check out our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies with a low of 63 degrees. On Saturday, there's a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 82 degrees. On Saturday night, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m., partly cloudy night with a low of 66. On Sunday for the procession at Our Lady of Grace Church, sunny with a high near 84 degrees with some light wind. Sunday night will be mostly clear with a low of 66 degrees. On Monday, it will be sunny with a high near 85 as it heats up next week. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 66. On Tuesday, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny skies with a high of 82. And Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 65.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
Each and every month, a wonderful event takes place in the borough of Tamaqua. It is the monthly free giveaway, which is held at M&M Self-Storage Center, and it is run by the Tamaqua Volunteers. And we're pleased to be joined by the president of the Tamaqua Volunteers, Andrew Leibenguth, who also is of the fame of TamaquaArea.com, keeping the area well acquainted with what's happening in that area. Andrew, thanks for being here. This is really a wonderful effort. How long has this been taking place where you're giving out free items to the needy?
Actually, this is going on for about, this is the third year for this event. So it started off, I used to organize our, like a little sale via our Salvation Army. I'm on the board for our Salvation Army. And we used to sell items for nickels and dimes. But we ran out of location to store it and volunteers. And so I decided, just talking to a firefighter, Thorne Devlin, who owns Thorne Cycles in Tamaqua. He had a storage lot. He mentioned he would be more than willing to donate one of the storage lockers and the use of the area for the event. So from one thing led to another. I ended up organizing it, and so now we have it every last Saturday of every month, a warm month. So it's a pretty good event, and it's not only for the needy too. It's for basically anybody. We get so much stuff, but it's for basically any Tamaka residents for now, as of right now.
Okay. So this is a great event, but you need people to make it happen, and you need the items to give away. So tell us first, I guess, about the volunteers. What can they do, and how can they help?
Yeah, volunteers are the biggest deal, because it takes a lot of work to pull out and to put all this stuff back in. When we first started, it was crazy. There was so much people, but we needed more volunteers. We actually had to cancel one of the recent events because we didn't have enough volunteers. That's how important it is to have people show up and help out. Like I said, this event is not just for low income; it's for everybody. Just because we get a lot of stuff donated. If you want to volunteer, you can go on the event on the Tamaka Volunteers Group's Facebook page, or give me a call, 570-668-1234.
Now, you told me it's tough to get big items in. So what kind of big items do you need, and how can they donate?
Basically anything and everything. As of right now, most of the stuff we have is really smaller items, because people always call me or getting a hold of me or a few of my other volunteers and ask, can you pick up items? We can't for multiple reasons: insurance, time, money. There's many reasons, and storage. We can't store it anywhere. The event works off a one-day event. Things are dropped off and picked up the same day. Items left over are stored to the next giveaway, which are usually a lot. That's why we need to help more of the volunteers. But again, it's the last Saturday every month. If you want to drop items off, it's between 8 a.m. You have 1 hour, but 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. But it's regular, so you should plan ahead. Get our friends and family. So just drop it off 8 to 9, and the giveaway is 9:15. The fun thing about it, the items given away we actually made paddles. Me and my volunteers made paddles. So we made up to 300, and they have numbers on them. So for the larger items we get a lot of the smaller items, but for the larger items, to be fair, so there's no, like arguing or whatever over the issues, over the larger items. On my cell phone, I use a random number generator, like a program, and then I say, who wants it? They put their hands up, pick a number, you're the closest, it belongs to that person. And they each have their own stickers, special stickers that they each wear, and that the same sticker also goes onto the item. So it's a fun event too. And I keep stressing this now, but it's not just for low income too. It's for anybody, any Tamaka resident. As long as your ID says 18252.
One last question before we go. Can somebody in the Hazleton area or anywhere else donate the items, though? They can come from anywhere?
Oh, yes. Donations can come from anywhere. Doesn't matter. You can live in Hawaii. I don't care. But you got to drop it off.
And no TVs or computers?
Oh, correct. No TVs, no anything you got to pay to get rid of, we don't accept for the most part.
For more information, go to their Facebook page, or you can call Andrew again, 570-668-1234.
Thank you, Lisa. You know what I was just thinking about? I can't wait for that Christmas Pennsylvania lottery commercial. You know the one. Well, here's your midday winning lottery numbers for August 14th here on FYI. Pick 2, 48, pick 3, 816, pick 4, 4742, and pick 5, 28708. Lottery numbers on FYI brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency, with 2 locations to serve you. One is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue. The other one is in Nescapec on Broad Street. You can call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683. Coming up next in sports, we talk with 2 local wrestlers who had a lot of success at a tournament in Florida.
Hello again, and here I am with Bernie. Bernie is a very young adult, probably no more than 11 to 13 months old, just around a year, and he is already neutered and up to date on all the shots. He was also tested for heartworm and Lyme disease and came up negative. Bernie is a very friendly little Chihuahua who loves to be held and really craves human attention. We're not sure what he's like with other animals, so of course if you have dogs of your own, as always, we recommend doing a meet and greet before you take this little guy home. Bernie is very quiet and friendly, but despite his nature, we don't recommend him for children under the age of 12, just because he is a smaller dog and there's always a possibility he could get hurt in the wrong hands. We think Bernie would be great for anybody who's had a Chihuahua before, or anybody who's used to small breeds. That's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here I have Lexington. Lexington is a domestic shorthair, probably mixed with a Siamese. He's very vocal and is very affectionate. Lex really craves human attention and loves to be held, as you can see, and seems to get along fairly well with other cats as well. Like all of our cats up for adoption, Lex is neutered, up to date on all of his shots, including his rabies and distemper, and has been tested for feline leukemia and FIV. He came up negative for both. Lex is very young and gets along with the other cats, so we would recommend him not only for first-time pet owners, but also anyone who has some cats at home already. So if anybody at home is interested in Bernie, Lexington, or any of the other animals we have up for adoption here at the Hazleton Animal Shelter, come on down to 101 North Poplar Street in Hazleton.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
You may think it's the off-season for wrestling. Well, you are wrong. I have two gentlemen right here to prove it right now. Derek Spockman and Jimmy Hoffman. Derek, a recent graduate of the Hazleton Area High School. Jimmy, coming back for his junior season. They were recently at the Middle Atlantic Wrestling Association AAU Scholastic Disney Duels in Orlando. Did they have T-shirts that said that? Did they fit that all on?
That's what this one is.
All right, well, it's kind of, they kind of whittled it down a little bit there. National Championships 2015 AAU. Derek, let's start with you. You're going off to Bloomsburg University. You said you don't know if you're going to wrestle there. What was it, how nice was it being able to go in the summer then and maybe wrestle just one more time? Did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah, it was great to expand, like leave this district, leave this region even. It's something that I didn't get to do up until my senior year.
What did you take away from it? It's maybe, like you said, maybe your last time wrestling, but did you take anything away from it that you learned, even, at this part of your career?
Yeah, I got to make a lot of new friends from this district and region that I never even met before. That was definitely interesting.
So that's kind of cool. And Jimmy, we were talking about you are still looking towards colleges, and you said there's a ton of college coaches down there. So what was that like, knowing they're watching you? You said you don't really know where they're from or anything. Was that pressure? What's that like?
We just went down there, and we knew that there was college coaches there, and you always want to put the best performance you can on for them. So we just went out there and did what we normally do. And speaking of best performance, you both went 10-0 at the tournament, and you said your team finished first overall, right? You went down with two teams. Yes.
And now explain this to me. So there were two teams that went down, and they were made up from our local area, and it was people who qualified for states and people who placed at states. Both of you qualified for states, did not medal there this year. And so what was your team? You were the intermediate or the?
The developmental, that's the state qualifiers.
And what was the other team?
Elite team, they are the state place finishers.
All right. Now, you guys have been in big tournaments, obviously district, states. Derek, what's the scene like down there? describe it to me. Is there a lot of people? Is there a ton going on? What was it like down there? What was the competition like, too?
There's a lot of people. The competition-wise, though, Pennsylvania's the best. We were the best going down there.
Would you say it was a dominant performance by Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I would say that from the developmental team at the very least.
Why do you think it's been a while? Do you think it's been like this for a while that that Pennsylvania has been the best at wrestling?
Definitely Northeast region, yes. Pennsylvania specifically, I know, has been number one for a while, yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is the coaches around here? You guys started young?
I know Jimmy and me have started pretty young. I can't say why, though.
So something is definitely happening, though, up here in Northeast Pennsylvania. Jimmy, you said it was nice going 10-0, winning a national championship. That sounds all well and good, but you said it would have been better to get that medal at states. Explain why.
Well, placing in states for PA is just something not many people get to do. And going down there in Florida, competition wasn't as tough, but getting that state medal down at Hershey probably would have been better.
Does Pennsylvania carry that kind of intimidation? Like when you go down there, do people know, hey, Pennsylvania is the best in wrestling?
Pennsylvania is number one, like Derek said, and there's just something about Pennsylvania that when you wrestle them, you just know it's going to be a tough match.
Do you think there's a style that Pennsylvania has? You've wrestled for a while. Was there a different style you guys bring than maybe some of the competition you saw?
We seem to be more like in the future. They seem to be more into the 80s wrestling style of manhandling and not technique. We have better technique, definitely.
Interesting. And Jimmy, I wanted to close with, as you move along, you're going to be back. You're a junior this year, right?
Yes, I'm going to be a junior.
So as you get ready for your season at the Hazleton Area High School, what do you try to do now to get that medal at states?
Constantly lifting, running, and wrestling, which is probably the best thing you could do.
All All right, and Derek, to close, you had an outstanding career at the Hazleton Area High School at District City, finished as high as second, going out to states. What's one thing that you'll always remember from your time at Hazleton Area?
Just the average school life. The environment there was, it's a lot better than what people make it out to be. It's honestly not that bad. It gave me the high school experience.
That's cool. That's a good answer. Sometimes when you ask athletes, they're all about, hey, it was wrestling. You enjoyed, not only that, but the school experience at the Hazleton Area High School as well. Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you coming and talking about the experience at the National Championships this summer. Derek, keep us up to date. If you wrestle at Bloomsburg, good luck. And Jimmy, we'll be seeing you this winter. To Jimmy and Derek for taking time out of their summer to talk with us. Now to the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. John Lester looked good on the mound and Anthony Rizzo hit another homer as the Cubs won again. Good times for Hazleton's own Joe Madden, who had on a Cubs shirt that said do simple better. I like that during his post-game press conference, if I could only say it. In the International League, the Rail Riders are rolling along. The Iron Pigs took another loss to Syracuse. Hey, Ron Marchetti, he's back on Monday. FYI's back after this. Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy birthday to Karen Bednarz. Love from your family and friends. In our Talk of the Town report, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, located at 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, will be having a free meal on Saturday, August 15th from noon to 2 p.m. Everyone is welcome to attend. And finally, the Anita Shapolsky Art Foundation will be hosting Making Art with Liquid Fire by New York artist Michael Dominick and the Manhattan Iron Project on Saturday, August 22nd from 3 to 5 p.m. The artist will create paintings with white-hot molten iron. The event starts at 3 p.m. at 20 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. For more information, just call 570-325-5815. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Roosevelt H. Jack Acker, formerly of Tresco and Weatherly. Mass is Monday at 10 a.m. in the Our Lady of Lourdes Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Monday from 8:45 to 9:30 a.m. at the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Barbara Hill of Tamaqua. Barbara, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
It should be a good weekend, a lot of church picnics and festivals, so get out there, enjoy yourself, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Take it easy, everyone.